walkthrough video for the property in Châtillon sur Indre, Route de Blois. Beautiful half-timbered house nestling up against the castle walls. I've come through the front entrance gate, which is here, and I am walking up. We're coming through the kitchen door, up a few steps into a very bright and lovely kitchen, which has been very recently renovated, and the sale includes all appliances. It has a little breakfast bar here with a coffee machine. You've got your oven unit over there, and very nice bright space round to the sink and the window, and you can see the view there. And turning off the kitchen, you have a absolutely charming dining room, which has been beautifully furnished by the current owners, with a fireplace there, the same tiled black and white floor, which is very stylish for this period of property, and panelling on the walls. And through this space here, we go into the hallway, where you can see the current owners have got a cloak stand that extends from the kitchen. Radiators in the property are these beautiful wrought iron ones like this. And turning towards the front door, we're on the inside of the front door, which is just a few steps round from the back door. We follow the corridor along, up a few steps here into the salon, which is an exceptional room. I think you'll see why now when I show you. It has an enormous ceiling height, added to which the far wall, this wall here, is actually shared with the chateau, with the 13th century chateau. So you couldn't get much closer to history than that. It's a big room. As you can see, there's a lot of furniture in here. There's a grand piano, very big furniture for housing glassware. There's the salon area itself, an enormous bookcase. And then turning round towards the window, you'll see a lovely, lovely space to sit and enjoy the garden, the view beyond. There's a lower terrace there with a pond, and then an upper terrace that you can see there. I hope to go out and film later, but it is actually raining today quite heavily, so we'll see about that. We enter the principal bedroom, which is just here, which has beautiful French windows, as you can see, and a balcony looking out over onto the side of the house where the road is, but the balcony is big, so it will extend round so that you have a view of the garden, which is very generous and accompanies this property. And over the road, a more recent house, but built with half timbering that copies this house, although unlike this house, it's not structural. So back into this room, and it's a beautiful bedroom. It's very large and there's plenty of space, well heated. There's, as you can see, quite a lot of furniture in here again, enough space for a very large television unit. Double bed, though that could be a king size that would fit in here. They've got a desk in here, large mirror. We've come out of the front door now, and just scanning to the left, you can see the very large triple panelled French windows of the salon, little steps leading up there. Here there's a little pond behind this gate. We're on the lower terrace now, and there's a little pond in there, as you can see. And moving this way is a little barbecue area, and also this is a little lower table for eating outside, which is lovely. Moving round this way, coming round to the front of the house so that you can see the entrance to the front of the house, which is there, and the old mill. The property is separated from the road by a very large hedge, and we're going to go up the steps now to the higher garden, which is just up a few, I don't know, 8 steps or something like that, coming round into the higher garden. It's all a bit wet today because it has only just stopped raining. And here we have a view of the chateau wall that is part of the salon and the house itself, and as you can see it's really nestled up against that historic wall. And then the chateau up there, a section of it. Here's a lovely, lovely upper dining and entertaining area. The very large coniferous tree, not quite sure what species that is. The garden is very well planted and maintained. Here's the wall to the chateau behind all of this vegetation here that the current owners haven't really trimmed back for a while, they said, but you can just see that underneath there is the chateau wall. And as we scan and move further into the garden, you'll see that there's a lot of planting, a lot of very well established plants, and past this tent for the grandchildren you can see the lovely greenhouse itself here, which comes with the house and is up against the barrier, the boundary wall as well. Just beyond here, the current owners, there's a deciduous tree here, and just beyond the current owners have a little vegetable patch with courgettes and tomatoes and beetroot and various things, all growing quite happily. Walking further into the garden, past some bamboo, and final little set of steps up to the chicken area, or a chicken coop, where all these chickens are living quite happily. In fact, it's quite a big chicken coop really. So they've got a space outside and space inside, which is lovely. Nestled against the chateau wall, as you can see. So just filming now, coming back along the garden, and you can see the view of the house from the garden, which is lovely, and this super entertaining area. Very private garden, not overlooked by anybody, and unusually large, you know, to be in a town centre and have this, especially when you're right in the centre of an historic town like this, with the chateau and the church and the fortified keep of the 12th century just here. Here's that lower terrace area, just turning round, coming down the steps from the upper garden, and there's the entrance to the front door, and moving round here we come back to where the tour started, which is entering by the kitchen door, and you can see the mill in the background there, and there's the entrance through the kitchen door where we started. This is the outside of the property. You can see the entrance gate here to the house, it's open, and just next door right here is the garage that comes with the house, which is in the old stables which were before that the workers' cottages for workers at the mill over the road. So the garaging is right there. It's not open today, but it is a big space with plenty of room and a carve at the back.